Yeah, I wanted to wait until we recorded to tell you our OnlyFans story. Because I tried to get our account. I was like, dude, when I was working overnights, I was like, I could start an OnlyFans and just brew with my shirt off, right? I could just set up the little tripod up and just do my normal day, just no shirt.
Oh my God!
It would probably be pretty popular.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Yeah. And our accounting guy came like 2 days later and was like, "All right, man, how serious are you about this OnlyFans thing? Like, could we do it and like rotate people?" I was like, "Bro, no, I'm not letting you in on my cash pot, man. Like,
Right.
That's my money maker. That's not your money maker."
Right. Hey, find another idea. Shit.
Yeah.
And that's a perfect intro.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Intro us in, Matt.
We are here at Martin House Brewery with Shug and John.
Yes, sir.
And we're already a few beers deep.
At least
we
a few.
have quite a few beers left to go, and we're sitting behind a gigantic pile of Fireball.
Yeah. And I think we're just sitting surrounded by just giant amounts of beer everywhere.
Oh,
yeah.
Like we've gotten a tour. We've gotten we went through a building and then into another building and then back outside into another building. And it's all these just giant rooms of just like beer, cold storage, just awesome, like just drinks sitting evereverhere. Like
The whiskey barrels.
This is the only thing you guys may. This is the first time I've been here at Martin House Brewery. I know these guys had come here like last year, so this is part 2. It's not a sequel. This is part 2, but there's a lot of just great stuff around me, and I'm super excited. I'm like Grandpa Joe from like the Willy Wonka and the chocolate, like Charlie and Chocolate Factory. I'm rolling around. I'm like, shit. Can I just jump in that vat? Can I just I could just open this beer and drink it. Like, this is weird to me. Hey, Shug, John. Hey, thanks for having us. It's a pleasure. How you guys been?
Thank you. Good. Yeah.
I've been all
chilling.
right. You been good?
Oh yeah, we've been doing a lot of fun stuff. Yeah, we've been raging really hard lately, so it's been a lot of fun. For sure.
Yeah, it's been kind of weird lately, but we've been having a lot of fun.
It's been
And
good.
judging
lot
by
of
the
fun.
growth that we've seen just in the last year we've been here, like another building, everything's getting shifted around, like it's crazy.
New states. It's It's
Yeah.
a different it's a different Martin House from the time you guys were here last. I mean, the core is the same, but a lot more real estate.
Yeah, because that's a question we get a lot is whenever we're doing our beer reviews, people are always like, where can I get Martin House beer? And everybody who's outside of Texas has not been able to get it, but you guys have now, you're going to Colorado, Nebraska soon?
Yep, we're working on that deal.
And where else?
We're in Wichita.
Well, we just took the whole state. So our
really?
our first launch was in Wichita, Kansas. And we were there for a month or two, and then we just signed. Yeah, we just signed the whole state of Kansas. So
it's just like
of
all
Kansas.
grocery stores there, people be able to pick it up, or is it anything specific?
Yeah, it should be in bars, grocery stores, liquor stores.
Okay.
It's going to be less frequent than Texas, but
Yeah. Because we asked the same question last year, like, where do we tell people to find it? You're like, well, you better have a friend in Texas and have them
yeah.
ship it to you.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is amazing. This is
Yeah.
exciting.
Any plans to go to Louisiana?
we've been in talk. I mean,
Y'all had a meeting, right? Were you in that meeting?
I wasn't in that meeting.
Yeah, we just had a meeting with Louisiana, I think yesterday.
Okay.
In Canada.
Canada.
Holy
Let's go.
I think South Carolina. Yeah. We're talking to a lot of people.
How does
So
that
we're
work?
down.
How do you have a meeting with a state? I don't understand. You said you had a meeting with Louisiana. What does that look like?
Well, it's also each state has it could be a distributor that does multiple states or just one state. So like in Texas, right? We self-distribute in the triangle from here, San Antonio, and Houston. Mm-hmm. Everything outside of that, Benny Keith takes care of. Well, there's also Andrews. There's also smaller people here and there, Keg One. So you kind of have to just pick what distributor you like and you don't think is going to really, they can really fuck you up if you give them a chance.
Mm-hmm.
So we just kind of, we've been broing out, talking to other breweries that are distributing. You guys were 903. Mm-hmm. They're distributing out of state, so they've been helping us tell us where to go. So yeah, it'll just be like we'll meet with the distributor and we'll just all zoom in, talk it out.
That's awesome.
There's some really crazy contracts that have to get signed before you send a truckload to somebody in another state.
Well, we get it. We have like a map or whatever. This data that comes in that tells us where people are listening at. Mm-hmm. We have one listener in North Korea.
Let's go.
So let us know when you guys are there. Make that guy real happy.
Right. Yeah.
Which I don't even know how he's listening to us. So,
Dude, you know he has a radio just like hidden like underneath this like bed. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
just listen to Brisket and the beer talk.
He's not listening no more, bro. He's gonna hear this podcast. Well,
my God, he's still. I don't know if he's still listening now, but yeah, we joked about just like, can we just like airmail like a brisket and just like
balloon,
drop it right
over.
down on, like, we're not dropping bombs, we're just dropping briskets. We just drop it right down. Briskets and beer. We'll do a 6-pack of Martin and a brisket, and we'll drop it right down in North Korea. Let's do that. I only can equate the. I hear all the talking about the distribution of the beer and alcohol, and Jan, his wife, I think she works for a distributor as well. That sounds very just like post-prohibition style gangster stuff. Oh, you can't serve in my state unless you do this right here. You can only serve in your area, but you got to pay your tariffs. I'm like, that to me that sounds weird.
Well, a couple of years ago, it was way more. I mean, they were. I think the argument is they're trying to like stop monopolies from happening, right? So it is like very like old school, but like. Yeah, you have to sell to a distributor. You can't for a long time you couldn't sell directly to people. That's why we did tours too, right? We couldn't sell it across because we were a brewery. We couldn't sell directly to people. So we did a tour. Oh, come pay $10, give you a glass, and you get free beers with that. Mm-hmm. And that was just us in the gray area until they changed the rules to where we could start to sell. But still, you can't buy more than a case at a time from us, like here on campus.
Yeah.
Really.
So, yeah, it is really weird. You have to sell to a distributor, and then the distributor has to sell to a grocery store for someone to buy it. I mean, and then there's a little bit, like I said, we are allowed to sell a certain amount to people and everything, but you can't come in and buy a keg from us, like too much beer.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
I was kind of thinking about grabbing one on my way out.
Sad.
8 cases.
That was my next question I was going to ask you guys. Keg.
No,
Done.
You can't pay for the beer, but you can buy a keg. You're just paying for the keg itself.
Right.
Beer is free.
The fill is free.
Well, it's weird when someone contacts us. There's like, there's something wrong with our keg. We're like, well, who'd you get it from? Oh, well, I got it from like Total Wine or Specs. Well, go talk to Total Wine or Specs, and then I guess if it's a big deal, they'll come talk to us. But we didn't even sell them that keg. They bought that keg through somebody else. So it's kind of weird.
It's changed hands a couple times.
Yeah, it gets really weird.
Each person's taking a little off the top.
Tapping it instantly.
Yeah.
It's not even pure Martin House anymore. It's
Just top that off with a little
it's got a
something.
little Coors Light or something.
So we got into a little bit, and I was not here the last time you guys recorded here. On the way up here, I think we listened to it again. And got a little bit of a rundown of the conversations that you guys had. One of the things was that we got into is like the creativity, the volume of just different styles and flavors that were just put together, and a lot of it was like directed towards you, Shug. Like you had a lot of like input on these flavors that are putting down, because I'll guarantee you right now, and I'll put it out there to anybody in the land that's listening right now, nobody is doing it the same as Martin House.
No.
Let's go.
No.
That's a
no,
fact.
no.
That's a fact.
These are the mad scientists right here,
Exactly.
right?
Walk us through the process. I mean, obviously there's it's not, and I joked with, I don't know, it's like Ice or whoever I was talking to earlier. It's like you guys, it's almost like you just like open up the fridge. It's like you have run through the gambit of like condiments, right? You like you get the mayonnaise and the mustard and the everything in between, and the pickles. I was like, shit. I opened my fridge up. I was like, shit. Where are they gonna go next?
The barbecue,
jelly.
yeah,
Right,
the Cheetos.
Fucking grape jelly and peanut butter. Let's
Oh,
go.
that's a good idea.
That's true.
Huh?
It's been
Huh?
Well, no, with that, yeah. I guess. Does my mic sound weird?
Oh, you're good.
You sound
We're good?
fantastic.
All right.
I think you sound good.
No,
Sultry.
I think, my role is I think I facilitate creativity. So I come up with an idea, but then our artist knocks that out of the park. And then John and the crew, they knock that out of the park as far as flavors. So I just try and come up with something that I think everyone will be able to just make a home run. And so that's what it is when I make the beer calendar. Is all right. What can Donnie, our artist, fucking kill? What can John and the crew kill? And then just let it happen.
So you're responsible for the hot dog water seltzer.
Yes.
Okay.
The idea, but not the execution. That's John
That goes on my record.
and the crew
That goes on my record.
boiling. I don't know how many fucking hot dogs
Lots
it
of hot
was,
Lots of hot dogs.
and making it happen.
We
What do you do when he comes to you with an idea like that? You're like,
just make it happen?
what kind of hot dogs?
What do you-
Oscar Mayer,
dude.
Nathan's? Like, what are we gonna do?
You're Brew National. Come on.
Nothing is off limits.
It was halal. Yeah, it was halal. It was like halal hot dogs.
That makes sense.
We've had this phone call a lot, enough times now to where I understand where we're at. But like I call him from Restaurant Depot. I'm like, hey man, do you want me to buy like name brand? Like I could buy 2 tubs of name brand or 6 of like generic. You know, I think like the mustard we used was like Red Boy. Shouts out to Red Boy.
Yeah, nobody's ever heard of it. I was like, yeah, it's Red Boy mustard.
That's how you know it's
we
good.
got that extra tang.
Restaurant Depot mayonnaise. Yeah, it's like whatever.
Extra heavy mayonnaise, bro. That's what you do. You just buy it.
But we're transparent about it. I tell everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't try and it's. No, we went to Restaurant Depot and bought this shit, and John and the crew put it together.
Yeah.
So how many times has he come to an idea with to you and you've been like, seriously? Like, what are you thinking?
No, never.
Never?
Never.
Not even in the back of your head, like, is this guy serious?
We got the dream
No,
team.
we get
That's-
excited
that's
about
awesome.
it.
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're fully enveloped in the culture. We are. I mean,
That's amazing.
this is what we want to do. This is what our brewers do. Like, all 3 of our shift brewers, they get so hyped up, Like the weirder the better.
It's like a challenge.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Well, and I mean, we've set the precedent of if you buy something, it's gonna taste exactly like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So like even mayonnaise beer, the one downside to mayonnaise was it didn't taste exactly like mayonnaise.
There's no flavor to man. It's hard to fucking.
Yeah, that's exactly. And so I mean, we sold it. It was good. We were happy with it. A lot of people tried it and they're like, "Oh, that's not that bad. It doesn't taste that much like mayonnaise." Damn, that kind of hurt. Like
Exactly. Yeah.
we should have bought more mayonnaise.
Yeah, we were talking
No,
about
he
this.
FaceTimes me from Restaurant Depot in the mayonnaise aisle.
Hey, bro. We can buy 2 tubs of this or 4 tubs of that. You want
We did
100?
that this week on Kegnog today. That we had today at the event.
Yeah, I wasn't sure
How
how
hard
much.
are you going on Kegnog?
Yeah. It's a hard way. It's I always take it all the way to top. I look all the way at max or what It really money will. I tend to just like set fake budgets in my head, and I'll even tell Cody, I'm gonna buy $200 worth of mayonnaise. He's like, where'd you come up with that number? Seems like
Sounds
a
all right.
lot of money for mayonnaise, but also not that crazy. So I don't know.
So, Shug, are you coming up with the idea on what's going to be a seltzer or a beer or what kind of beer, or are you kind of coming up with like a flavor idea and then talking to them and trying to figure out which one of those is going to work best?
A lot of those weirder ones are for events.
Okay.
So it's just what event are we having? Are we having the Glizzy Fest? Are we doing the hot dog seltzer or the mustard? It's just what event are we having? And that's when we start to make the weirder ones we've been talking about today. Other than that, it's just making the beer calendar and figuring out some cool flavors and styles and stuff.
So like this one I've
Right.
got right here, I'm drinking it's basically the Red Bull seltzer. It's
yeah, that
pretty-
has
be kinda
45
light.
milligrams of caffeine in it.
Yeah.
Per can, so we just want to make like an alcoholic Red Bull or kind of off-brand.
So did you
Four
have it in your
Loko
head?
thing?
Did you have it in your head like that's going to be a seltzer?
So
It
that
wasn't going to be a beer. It was going
well,
to
no,
be a
we've
seltzer.
used the Red Bull syrup before in Flavormeister.
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
Yep. And
Would-
accidentally in Sadermeister.
We've accidentally used it twice.
Sadermeister.
Intentionally once.
How does that happen?
You know what?
There's
asked
so many
this-
happy accidents here.
Well, the thing, yeah, he dumped the Red Bull syrup in it was like a 2-year-old barrel-aged saison. Like it was like it was like worst case scenario. Like they were like, oh yeah, Matt Hay just shouts out to Matt Hay.
Was it just he just picked the wrong barrel? Was the
Yeah.
barrel next to it?
Yeah,
It
he
was-
just
it could have been so many things.
yeah he just
Just
walked.
fuck
He
this saison.
walked in. He thought it was the right barrel. He dumped it in, and then oh shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, I loved that beer. I mean, yeah, lots of happy accidents. We tend to, I mean,
So many happy accidents. Statement of purpose. Our peanut butter golden stout. Yeah.
Yep.
That's
Well,
a good
Fan
beer.
favorite.
And even Flavormeister
Accident.
itself wasn't at,
Yes.
Flavormeister, we made a stout that just had way
Was
too
that
much.
Christmas in July or something
It was either Christmas in July or
half
half Christmas.
Christmas?
Yeah.
that we accidentally poured
Yeah.
Red Bull syrup into?
Yeah. Well, I
And
think it was
then-
too much. It was too much star anise, and it was just
Yeah.
like, oh shit, this tastes like Jaeger almost.
Right.
Ooh.
And
That's where the flavor.
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
that's when Red Ox, which they don't even, I mean, it's not Red Ox anymore. Now it's like generic energy syrup. But yeah, that's what, like, the first time we used Red Ox was in that. It was a stout that was supposed to be some yummy barrel aged stout. We're like, oh god, this tastes like Jägermeister. Well, that sounds good.
Kudos,
We
to
drink
you
that.
guys. Kudos
I
to
actually
you
like
guys.
Jaeger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
and
It was delicious.
it was classic. Yeah, it's a classic Martin House beer.
well, there's so many times that we'll like, because we end up reviewing you guys so much because every time we
Almost
go,
every week it
there's
feels like.
another new brew
Yeah,
that you
something
guys
new going
have,
on, yeah.
and
Yeah.
we're trying to do something new every single week. So it ends up just by chance being you guys so often. But there's so many times that we'll get something, and I'm looking at this can, I'm like, oh god, what is this? And then I like taste it, but so many times I'm surprised. Like I'm thinking, oh god, another sour. Like I don't want a sour today, and I taste. I'm like, oh shit, that's way better than I thought it was gonna be. Like I get like a lactose sour, and I'm like, oh, I'm just not in that mood. But then I try it. It's like I can't remember the last one. Was it the pineapple? I'm trying to remember.
It was
the
one
last
of the ones
those
in
ones we
the
did.
in the double box. It was like
Yeah,
an
we just
Imperial
had the
12%
original-
something
yeah,
or
it was
other.
like had the double sleeve.
Painkiller.
Painkiller.
It could have been that
baby.
one. Yeah, that's the one we did
It
on
was-
our.
We've done that a lot though.
we did it
have
on our
done that
content
one.
day. Yeah.
Give me a minute, I'll think about it. But it was one of those deals that Matt was saying is like it was so
Jellyfish, maybe.
it had a high alcohol content, and it was like they just kind of counterbalanced the sourness,
Yeah.
and it was just so smooth.
You're like, ooh,
Yeah.
this could get you in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You don't realize how much alcohol is in this.
I don't know when you guys put it out. I can only gauge when my HEB
Yeah. Right.
carries
When
it.
you get it.
I know the watermelon. Is it watermelon skies or watermelon something?
Watermelon Skies.
Yeah, that's out right now. Is the one that was right before that is the one that we had. That
If it was pineapple, it was painkiller.
Okay.
Yeah.
painkiller.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just remember
Painkiller's
seeing that one.
fire.
I'm like, oh, what is this? And we try. I'm like, oh, shit.
It's like
it's,
the higher the alcohol content, at least with the sours, the better it is. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it just offsets it, like you said. It's really good.
The flavor is all just on like a big triangle, right? So like where you can pull it in different ABV, sourness, sweetness, and you can play with that little dot. A lot of our sours we put lactose in, and it helps. It really, I mean, even a super sour beer, you throw a bunch of lactose in it, and all of a sudden you slide way further on the spectrum. Yeah, I mean, and we've been doing this a long time, right? So we
Right.
kind of have the formulas down for most things.
like, do you usually feel like, oh yeah, I hit that, what we were going for, like we nailed it? It's never like, whoa, that just came out of nowhere, but hey, it's good anyway,
I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. I tend to find like everything we do, I tend to really want to tweak and I think we could do everything a little bit better.
Yeah.
But a lot of times I'm like, oh, I want to tweak this next time, and then they're like, no, don't touch it, it's perfect. I'm like, okay, well, maybe next time, maybe eventually they'll have another rum barrel aged pineapple sour on, and I'll try again then. But yeah, every beer I think we could do better, but that doesn't mean we're not making good stuff.
Yeah, I hear that. I think we feel the same way when we cook barbecue a lot.
Yeah.
We're like, it's
Yeah.
like not quite what I was going for, and then somebody tries, like, that's so good,
Yep.
Yeah.
Sounds like you guys have like a very just tight knit, close family here. Like the tour we got, like going through all the different aspects and all the different departments that you guys have lined out. With all families, there's always like having a little fun. And there's always doing a little razzing. There's always doing a little pranking or anything like that. You guys joke around. You guys have a little
No,
fun.
that never happens here.
We got
I'm
a
sure.
ping pong table right behind you. Yeah, of course.
Surrounded by I don't know how many shots of
Of course.
Fireball.
Yeah,
over there,
yeah. We
like-
got the beer bong in the corner. We got ping pong. So yeah, I mean we're all home. We are all homies. Every one of us are homies.
Yep.
First and foremost, we also just so happen to work together. We make the joke. I mean, we see we see each other a lot more than we see our family and our especially our friends.
Yeah.
And every one of my friends is dying to be here. You know, like every event, like I get a list of people that are like, hey man, throw me on the list. Hey, I'll meet up. So we're all super close.
Let me ask you this: who is the best beer drinker?
Cody
No.
Martin.
Cody? I think it might be Ice.
Oh, I'll give it to Ice. That's a good one.
I think it might be Ice.
It depends. Who are you? Have you ever beaten Cody in a shotgun? Okay, then Ice. I'll give it to Ice.
Yeah.
Hey, make sure you just go pump your face in front of that camera right there, wave so people
Yeah,
can see
get
who
it,
you
Ice.
are. Yeah.
Big shouts to Ice.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Of course, he's a legend.
That's awesome. Speaking of ice, I think we have a beer review coming up. ICEMARE.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Coming up?
Yeah, coming up.
Yeah.
You have a
Right
can?
now?
Like
Right
in the
now?
next,
Like a
I don't know,
taste?
very soon.
Let me go
Y'all
get it.
already did it? Or
No, it's coming.
No,
we're
we're
fixing to do it.
today.
We're gonna do it
I thought we
live.
drank that.
We did my other backup.
I
can.
drank that in
My
your
other-
office.
Yeah, without me.
Intentionally. So we wouldn't have to ever drink
I
it
walked
again.
out. I walked out for 5 seconds. I went and took a piss, and I come back, and I'm like, "What happened to the ICEMARE?" Everyone's like, "Oh, we thought you left." We pulled out the last can of ICEMARE in existence, and I just left.
So that
But
makes
I
a
got
difference
two
because
more.
you
We got
left.
two
It makes
more.
it okay.
I know, yeah. I mean,
You're like, I was saving that.
we've had to set, so it's like funny rules. Like we'll put it all in our fridge, and it's
No,
like
there's ICEMARE here.
we'll pop one. They'll pop one open, and they'll be like, "Oh, I thought everything was on." No, not everything, but that can. No, I was saving that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's also goes back to the friend thing. There's a
Yeah.
cooler in my office, and we're just constantly doing chuggies of old Martin House stuff, new Martin House stuff. The whole staff just hangs out, drinks some beers together. So
Fun job.
one of our favorite beers, one of our highest rated beers that we had, at least I think on some of our scale, it was the cinnamon.
Forbidden Fire?
I think so. It had the kind of like the devil looking
Evil,
thing or
yeah.
the whatever.
Forbidden Fire.
Forbidden
70%.
Fire.
Yes, yeah,
Forbidden
Forbidden
Fire.
Fire. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Dude, that tasted like like you're drinking like a cinnamon like
Red-
wassail
red
or
hot,
some type
fucking-
of red
yeah.
hot type.
Mm-hmm.
if you couldn't tell,
Tamales.
we're big fans of Fireball.
Yes.
So yeah, we
So
did.
am I.
Yeah.
We did fire cello, which was 16% earlier this year, and we loved it. It was our favorite thing ever.
Or last year. And then
Last year.
then we decided, yeah.
Let's throw it in some whiskey barrels, and then there you go. That's what you drank. Fire.
Death. It has the best reviews on Untapped too, which is surprising. But the people that bought it knew what they were getting into, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
It has
100%.
I'll tell you
Fire
right now,
ratings.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
I
tell you
mean-
right now. If I see it,
Yeah.
I will buy it.
The art, crazy. The juice in the can,
Fire.
crazy. It's Martin House beer, so fire. Yeah, exactly. Like that was a home run.
Yeah, that was lit. Oh God, agave cello.
Yeah.
You trying to die today?
I haven't tried that
I
one.
just want to get a nice, light,
whoa.
refreshing drink. You
Like
know.
15%.
I might have to get a sip of
Agave
that when you
juice.
get a chance.
And we brought some small
Guava?
cup. There's some small cups down at the end of the table if you want to if anybody.
Oh
else
yeah, I'll
wants
pass
some.
some of these
You
around.
just
I
about
probably
pound
should
this.
You
not
can drink it.
that.
You can drink all you want. I think I brought a couple cans, but
Well, I gave him a hard time when he picked it up. I was like, "You're doing a 15%,"
Right.
and I went and grabbed one. I was drinking, and I'd had it before, and they're like, "You realize you're drinking a 13%?" I was like, "Shit."
yeah, that's a thing.
No, that's intense.
So we've done a lot of beer talk. You guys do any barbecuing? Any grilling on the side?
I don't even have a backyard. So I wish I could. I do not at all.
Martin House, let's get this guy a fucking
Yeah,
backyard.
My rent's super cheap. I can't move. I can't. I got a duplex.
We do have a pellet smoker on campus.
I was about to
Okay.
say, like, it seems like this would be the perfect place to have like a pit set up and everybody's working. Then
Every once in a while, Adam, one of our owners, will send an email out that's like free meat by the dumpsters tomorrow. And so at noon, like the whole staff just goes over
Yeah, it
to,
was
the,
last
to
week.
the other building.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he'll just the best. Oh my god, the best chicken I've ever had. He just bought chicken breasts, hit them with MSG, and threw them on the pellet smoker. Dude, it was amazing.
just straight.
That was it. I was just like, dude, this is the best thing I've ever had. What's your secret? He's like, MSG. That's it.
I don't know if you guys.
MSG.
I think you've had this before.
We've had it
so,
before. Yeah, we're
I'll just
good.
go
We're
ahead and-
in.
They might still want to taste
I-
it, man.
I'm not saying
I drink a can.
I'm not
early.
trying to tell you how you guys do your business or whatever, but if you guys and maybe want us to drag that beautiful pit that John has with the giant double barrel 500, 250 gallon smoker, we can pull that up here and we can fire it up and start throwing down some
Feed the
brisket or
family.
something.
Yeah.
Man.
That would
just
be
saying.
fire.
The next barbecue and EDM festival we have at Martin House. You guys are in.
Let us
You're
know.
Totally
We will hook
invited.
it up.
You're totally invited.
I love
Yeah.
this one. I'm a sucker for guava.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
dude,
this
that's good.
is- yeah.
heavy,
That's
very
dangerous.
sweet, very boozy. That's all it is.
What's that
Yeah.
called, Matt?
This is
Dude, that
the
is so good.
agavacello.
That could get you in trouble
I think
fast.
you have to say that with an accent.
No, there's no accent on it.
Do you guys distribute this, or is this something that's just in house?
No.
It's a tap room only.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tap room only on those
Sorry,
big
guys.
scary one, or most of the big scary ones like that.
Yeah, when we were talking earlier about the whole, the boozy will cover up the sourness. It's the same thing where the sweet will cover up the alcohol. And that's something we found with agave. It's just, the cello series, it's the same recipe over and over. We know what we're doing. Like, we're going to make a 15 or 16% cello. It's going to be super sweet. It's going to be super boozy. What other flavors do you want in there? So yeah,
you did limoncello.
limoncello, orange cello, passion cello, fire cello, agave cello.
Lemon was the OG,
Yeah, lemon.
and
was
now
OG.
we got banana.
Ooh, banana cello on the
that
way.
sounds actually
Banana
good.
cello on the way.
We need a brisket cello.
Oh God! Brisket seltzer.
Brisket cello? Let's go.
Real chunks of bark floating around.
I'm gonna have to get my my meat. How much meat can I buy, Cody? What's my meat budget?
$200 a brisket ain't a lot of brisket.
Just imagine just taking a whole brisket and just dumping it in some vat and some just to get the water.
You gotta smoke it first.
Yeah,
Oh, you gotta smoke first.
it's definitely going to have to be a small batch because brisket's not cheap right now.
Right. Or just really expensive beer.
Yeah.
Boom. There you go.
Sell it by the shot.
Have you ever tried using like smoked hops or anything like that in your beers? I've seen some other floating around the social medias that do that.
I have not in my time here. I don't.
What
think
have we smoked? Have we ever smoked, like, we did the Heim beer with the barbecue burnt ends. I think we used the drippings from burnt ends onto some type of wood they had, and we used that in the batch, I think.
That was right before my time. I mean, I
Yeah.
knew that it was.
I think that was the last smoked wood thing we made.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, most
other
of the
than
stuff that says
yeah.
smoked in it, we use smoked malt to get that character.
Okay,
We don't
yeah.
really do the smoking. So no, no smoked hops yet.
Okay. Well, when you're ready for that, I know some folks that will help you out with the smoking part of
Let's
that.
go.
that sounds disgusting. Smoked hops.
I don't know how that works.
What do you
but
think?
What is it?
I don't know if that would work.
The guys at
Sounds so gross.
Live Oak.
Uh-huh.
They have a beer that's like famous for tasting just like ham.
A little
Really?
Grodzisky?
Krasinski.
Yeah,
It's just every time you're just like, oh, I love liquid ham. It's so good. Thank you guys.
I want to drink a beer. I don't want to drink smoke.
Yeah.
I don't want to drink just liquid ham.
You hold your tongue.
It's like, what are those sodas that they have that come out around holidays that they say it's like different parts of like Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner?
Yeah.
That's awful.
yeah.
Is that like a Jones Cola thing?
Yes, I think it may be. I was like,
That's not good.
We did a stuffing beer with our homies at Celestial, and it turned out
Yeah.
really. I mean,
Big shouts to Celestial.
yeah, it turned out really good for a stuffing beer. It was.
For stuff.
For a stuffing,
yeah.
is there a lot of those running around?
Yeah, no, I mean, as far as I know, that's like the only one. Okay. But it was also funny, like
So it's the best one.
they don't really do a lot of crazy beers like that. So
Right.
when we showed up, they were like, "Oh my God, we have like a pound of bay leaves." We're like, "We normally buy shit like by a pallet. We don't ever buy like." He had it all in a grocery sack, and I was like, "Bro, it's a little bit smaller than we're used to, but we'll
Make
go
this
for
in
it.
a nice chest.
We'll go for it. Yeah, we'll go for it.
break out a homebrew kit.
Turned out
You're
really
like,
good.
well,
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I wouldn't have mentioned that, guys, but I actually brewed my own beer as well. So
That's not true.
I don't know if you ever heard of the Mr. Beer Kit. So I'm a brewmaster as well.
Dang, we should do a review of your beer.
Yes.
We should flip the script.
This was a couple of years ago. I would say a couple of years. It was probably about 15 years ago. But I could tell you
wouldn't
the
drink
issues that I had. I was like, why are a lot of like shit floating around in my beer?
Yep.
That's weird. And then I bottled everything and I put it in the refrigerator and I pulled it out and I opened it up and it was like very just like there's no carbonation.
Nice. Well,
I was like, shit.
it's better than overcarbonation.
And I poured it out, drinking. I was like, I mean, it's all right, but there's no fizz. I'd let it sit out and get room temperature. All the fizz.
Yep.
What
Yeah,
the hell? That's weird.
Then I threw everything into the trash, and I was like, I'm going to get my Coors Light. I'm sorry. I don't make beer.
I started as a home brewer, and like the first beer I ever brewed was like on my dad's turkey fryer, actually. But home brewing kind of sucks. Like unless you're like, once you become a professional brewer, it's really easy. It's really easy to be a home brewer once you're a professional brewer, but like, yeah, it just sucks. Like getting the carbonation dialed in is really hard. I mean, once you start kegging and you get some knowledge. I'm not knocking any home brewers because you can make good beer at home. Mm-hmm. But yeah, my struggle was I would rather just go buy some Founders. I would never rather drink my beer than just a Founders beer or yeah. Especially back then, I wasn't going to touch a sour beer. I was never going to try to do a sour beer at home. The one I did try did not turn out very good.
Yeah.
But yeah, overcarbonation. The bottles start to blow up in your spare bedroom. Your girlfriend calls you. She's like, I thought someone's shooting next door. I'm like, oh, God. Don't go in that room. Don't go in. Just shut the door. I'll be home. I'll be home in a couple hours.
Seizing.
Yeah.
There's just bottles stuck in the wall.
That was it for real. Like I was brewing a lot of homebrewed beer at the time, so I had like a shelf just like stacked of homebrewed beer. And as they would blow up, they would knock other bottles over, which would cause them to blow up. And so it was just like I lost like a case of just boom, boom, bow, 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 boom, boom, boom. And when I got home, there was a couple left, and I was like, what do I do? Like I don't want it to blow up in my hand. Yeah. How do I get it out of the house? Yeah. And I think that was probably the last time I bottled ever. I was like, I'm done with this shit, man.
Cooking brisket is way safer.
Yeah. Right.
So we do a lot of like barbecue fails. It's one of the little sticks that we do like at the end of the episode. Any guest that we have on, we talk about like barbecue fails, like some of our trials and tribulations that we go through, because obviously it's like we never just like hit it right off in the first. Like there's always something. There are a lot of people that just like gold. I just win all the time, but
Those are called liars.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one of my fails. I'll ask you guys one of your fails, and it doesn't have to be barbecue. It's beer related. How you guys failed, but one of my worst fails recently is me just thinking that I can do more than what I can do.
Yeah.
And so we were cooking 2 briskets. We had our garage set up, and I was like, had the bar set up. I was like, I seasoned everything. We trimmed. Jan was there. We trimmed everything up, and I was like, okay, well, pit's sitting out by the front of the house. It's right there on the road, but it has very just heavy wall doors that you got to pick up. So somebody's got to pick that up. I was like, Jan, go get the door for me. I got these briskets. And so I grabbed one brisket, and I grabbed the other brisket, and I picked them up like this. And I got about 25 feet they had to go. And I'm just walking. I was confident, like, shit, I got this. Open it up. And I'm walking, boom, boom, boom. I get about 10 feet, and I'm like, my grip strength was like, I might have overestimated just a little bit. And all of a sudden, I was like, it's like, shit. Now I'm like thinking, like,
Which
I can
one do
only
I save?
salvage one brisket. I can only salvage one. I'm going to drop one and get the other.
You should just hug them
End up
both.
dropping them both.
Stack it up.
Horrible part of it is like this is just the time where all the oak trees just drop all their acorns and just everything. So a driveway was like runned over, like just back and forth, and just milled all this like crumbs everywhere. And the brisket went down. I was like, I picked it back up. I was like, I couldn't even tell it was like seasoning or just like ground up like acorn bits. I was like,
You just rinse it off.
Yeah.
Just rinse it off.
Yeah.
It's good.
Literally
we took
the
it
best
back to the
bark
sink,
ever.
Yeah.
And we just like gave these like briskets a scrubbing. Just like,
Yeah.
it's like, is that pepper? I don't even know. But we
it's
cleaned it
pepper
off.
asphalt.
It's gonna get cooked. It's all right.
Horrible decision on my part because I thought I could do more than what I could do. And yeah, life lesson, people out there listening. It's like, hey, listen, don't listen to yourself. Listen to your inner self or whatever it is.
Don't listen to yourself.
There's
Just
probably
a little
something in
bit.
the back of my mind
Listen
saying,
to
don't
your
do
other
that,
self.
James. Don't do that. Brewing beer. Is there a fail that you guys like probably should have done that?
The bigger fails are like process. Well, I'll tell a process story, and then I'll let him tell like a brand story if he's got one. But there was a point in time where, so when you pitch a culture on a sour, so many hours go by before it's sour, and then it just keeps getting more. If you don't boil it, it just keeps getting more sour. So what we were doing, one day we decided to knock out a batch of True Love. And we said we'll just give it a couple hours before we pitch the funk. That way it doesn't get too sour for the morning. Well, when we come in the morning, it's like coming like out of the stack off the top of the roof. It looks like it's snowing. There's beer foam all over the back parking lot.
Oh, sounds magical.
Factory, it's all just
The whole 2,000 gallons of beer got infected. The whole neighborhood smelled like Parmesan cheese. Like, it was the worst thing. The tap room, they had like opened the tap room up, and the tap room smelled like cheese. It was
man.
it was miserable. And then we had to we had to dump it, because at first we were like, oh, maybe it's not that bad. And like as soon as we just like walked in the front door, we're like, oh shit, we're about to have to get rid of this. So we lost 2,000 gallons worth of beer. We had to get rid of it, and we had to dump it all down the drain. So now the whole neighborhood smells like cheese. Like it was. That's probably the biggest.
Well, if it smelled
fail.
like Parmesan, did it taste like Parmesan?
It has a very similar. It tastes less like Parmesan than it smells.
I was going to say, if it
smells-
tasted like it, you could have mixed that with the pizza beer.
Well, and by Parmesan I mean like Parmesan and like stinky feet.
Yeah, like the way old socks smell.
Yeah, not like. And
man.
there's times where you could like oh man, that smells kind of good, but then you like start to remember like, oh
right.
no, that's
We just need to
Yeah,
send
yeah,
that
yeah.
out to the sea.
Yeah.
That's not
Wherever
right.
it goes.
Send that to Oklahoma.
Sometimes
start over.
That's why they hate us.
No, we want to go to Oklahoma, but the distributors up there that don't want us. We're trying to find a distributor. They don't want us.
Does anybody make
We
Not
dumped-
to, not to change the subject, but
we dumped
yeah.
we dumped the cheese beer, man. We did it. We didn't put it out in the
Maybe they
market.
didn't. Yeah.
you probably could have sent that to Wisconsin.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, can you do a Brahms beer? Because I'm pretty sure if you do a Brahms
A
beer,
Brahms ice cream collabo would
they
be
will
fire.
just go ham over that.
Yeah, right? No kidding.
Let's do it. Easy.
Milk, eggs, collabo,
Chocolate, lobster,
chocolate.
eggs, pie.
That would definitely get you into Oklahoma.
Right. Their ice cream is good, but that's it.
Oh yeah.
The rest of the food is not.
Yo, when I was looking for eggnog, I was like, man, Brahms might just have eggnog in June. They did not, by the way. So step up your game. Step up your game.
Oklahoma, let
Where'd
you
you
down.
find the eggnog at?
Yeah.
Specs. Shouts out to Specs.
Specs had the
Specs has eggnog and some Ron Pope. That's where it's at. I'm telling you. I'm a
Zen?
Ron Pope fiend. Yeah, might as well.
You want Zen?
I'm good.
I cheddar dusted it.
Oh, good.
I don't even know what that means, but
Cheddar dusted
pass.
zinnies.
You guys do any cooking?
Oh yeah, so I was gonna say this earlier. I do have a pit boss, so I dabble, not a whole lot, but I do smoke some stuff every once in a
I
while.
think, did you mention that last time? I think you said you had that one.
I had
Yeah.
just gotten it. Yeah, I had just gotten it. And yeah, I use it. It was like when I first got it as a toy, I was cooking everything on it.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's very, it's kind of too hot. I don't really want to go outside.
The worst in the summer.
But yeah, I still cook on it quite frequently. And another fail story, I threw a brisket on. I threw it on at like midnight, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna get up in like 2 hours, check on it. I wake up, shit, it's 7 o'clock in the morning. I just imagined my pit boss was just like on fire
Just
and
flames just going out.
And no, I mean the brisket was really dry, but we still ate it. It was fine. It wasn't good.
You spent that money on it. You're gonna eat it no matter what.
Dude,
So.
it felt so because I didn't really do. Most of the time, I just cook for my girlfriend and me. So a brisket is like I don't do it very frequently. It's really expensive. It takes a lot of time. And
It's a lot of meat.
dude, it made me really sad because like I'm like eating this dry ass brisket. I'm just like, God, I'm such an idiot.
Chop it up, throw some barbecue sauce on
Yeah.
it, make some
You have to,
sloppy
right?
joes,
That was it.
or throw in some tortillas.
I'll be honest. Like, I think a lot of people try to do too much doing brisket. I don't think brisket's that hard, but it really depends on what you're wanting out of a brisket. Because when I first started cooking, it's like I learned how to do a brisket. I cooked an offset smoker, but pellet smoker, same way. I dialed this thing to 275, maybe 300 ish. I smoked it for 4 hours. Then I wrapped it up for 4 hours. And after that 4 hours, I pulled it off, threw it in the cooler, and I just let it rest for a while. I never probed it once. I never did anything like that. The end result was just like super just tender, juicy, whatever. It's like, and then people's like, then you got like that, oh, the bark is not there. Like the bark is just not, I want that black bark. I was like, but is it tasty? Is it
good? Yeah.
Is it
Right.
tender? Like, I mean, you want like a very just black, charred bark, but you want it to be super tender and juicy as well.
That's hard.
I commend that for sure. But that's how I kind of learned how to do it. But you can get to that aspect or that point of it by adjusting. Okay, maybe I don't wrap it. Maybe I cook it longer.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the very end, I wrap it for a little bit longer than that. But I always found that just like, I'll cook a brisket in 8 hours. I'll cook it for 4, wrap it for the other 4, done. I'm serving, chopping. Everybody's like good. It's like, I never got into that doing 16, 24 hours, like 5 days cooking a brisket. I just, like,
5 days.
Yeah.
He put me onto that like barbecue show. What's the barbecue show called?
On Netflix?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it's like Pit Mat.
Showdown or something?
American
Yeah.
Barbecue Showdown.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
it.
yeah,
And
We
I
had a
love-
couple of guys on the show.
I love
Yeah.
how they're like, I watched the first. I've
Yeah.
only watched like half of the first season. That's my like late night working show. I don't have to like really pay attention to it. I just look up like, oh, nice meat. And then, like go back to work.
Heard
But
that
I love,
before.
I love how they're like, all right, you have
No,
you
you
have
haven't.
6 hours, and the lady's like, I normally do this in 36.
Right.
I'm like, well, you get not today.
Yeah.
I always think that's funny. No, I think a lot of guys in brewing do that too. They think we'll just throw everything at it, and you see their recipe. They're like, "Oh, this is my homebrew sheet," and it's just like, "Yo, dude, you could cut out. You only really need like 3 or 4 grains for most things. I mean, all of our sours, it's the same sour base. We already know the sour base is good. We don't need to mess with it because when we do try to when we try to mess with it, that's when we're like, oh, I wish it was."
Right.
What we're used to. So, yeah, I totally agree. Don't try too hard.
Less is
Yeah.
Can we do a consensus on how we like to cook our steaks? Just so we know the people that we're dealing with.
Right. There is a right and wrong answer here.
I throw it on the grill. I set the grill for like 400. I throw it on the grill for like 3 or 4 minutes, flip it 3 or 4 minutes, pull it off, open the slide, just crank it to max. And I just I close the lid and I let it go for like 10, 15 minutes. It's like super hot. And then I'll just throw the steaks right over top the flame,
Reverse sear.
flip it, pull it off, done.
Or is that like
How
is that
you
medium
season it?
rare, rare?
like that.
Medium rare. Yeah, I shoot for medium rare. I tend to get medium because I suck, but I'm always my girlfriend says she likes medium rare, but she'll cut into a medium rare and she's like, "Oh, it's so bloody," and I'm like, oh, "Well,
That's called myoglobin.
That's one of the things that everybody kind of struggles with as far as like just seeing like that red juice just pull up in a steak, and it's something that we're kind of known for. We make fun of just the red juice in the color that you see on a perfectly cooked medium rare steak, it's not blood.
Yeah.
It's not blood at all.
Yeah.
And the actual scientific term of it is you're being a bitch.
Let's go.
But
He has a
seriously,
voiceover for that.
It's
like,
all
going viral.
myoglobin.
Don't say that to your
The
girlfriend. It doesn't go
colors-
over well.
Yeah.
It's like if you took some anatomy or whatever, you knew how, like, okay, there's no blood left in this animal once you get that meat to the grocery store. It's just little myoglobins. It's a protein that hooks onto a color. But you cook this steak so well done. I grew up in a family where there's like, keep it on a little longer.
Yeah.
That's too bloody for me.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's not blood.
But, yeah, the other thing
Can I
is
just get that off right there? Like, no. And then now I'm like just sawing through it. I got to get A1 or ketchup, just drown it through it. It's like,
right. Well, if you're cutting into it and it's all those juices are coming out, it's probably because you didn't rest it long enough. I know a lot of people, they just get their steak off the grill like immediately. I want to get it while it's hot, and then like they cut into it, and just all that juice, all your moisture on your whole steak's gone, and
And it's
everything.
dry as
so-
shit.
That's another thing my girlfriend absolutely hates. Because, when I pull it off, I'm always like, all right, give it 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, but it's already, like, I'm hungry. Like, let's go. It's off the grill.
Oh, we gotta
No,
chill.
no,
Pop,
no.
Pop us in.
Don't touch
Hang
it.
out for a
Just
second.
Relax.
Have a beer.
Just relax. Yeah, hey, there you go.
we learned like however long you cooked your steak, cut that in half, and that's how long it needs to rest.
Yeah. Yep. Half as long as you cooked it.
Correct.
Yeah.
So if it took you 15 minutes to cook that steak, let it rest for like 7 and a half.
What about you, Shug?
Oh,
Your steaks?
I'm gonna go to Central Market. I'm gonna buy the cheapest steak possible. I'm gonna sear that bitch. I'm gonna put it in my oven, maybe 410, 415. I'm gonna flip that bitch after about 7. See what happens after 14. Check
See what
it.
happens.
Nice.
And it was looking good. It's time to roll.
Are you one of those guys who has like the butter and you're sitting there like tossing the
Hell
butter?
no,
up
there
on
ain't no
it?
butter, ain't no cast iron.
I have fucked
Once
that
again,
up
I don't have
every
a backyard. I do not have a fucking. Yes, this is just me.
I've tried to do that
Solo
like 2
dolo.
times.
We're going to make it our mission to get Shug a grill.
Yeah.
It's put in my front yard.
Do you
By my
have a
magnolia tree?
back patio?
No, it's a duplex. I don't get the back. I get the front yard. They
You-
get
you
the
got a
back.
front
They
yard.
get the backyard.
Or you got a garage door that you can pull a grill into.
Nope. I'm out there.
Can we attach it to
on
your
the
car?
streets, bro? I'm on the streets in my magnolia tree. That's it.
You have a fireplace?
We're just
Just
going to
me.
have it here at Martin House.
Just
and
me.
you just have to cook here.
Yes.
It'll be like it's
Out by the
ours,
dumpsters.
but
Like I said, we have them. We have to have like at least 2 or 3 grills laying around.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, but those are also Adam's. See, that's his.
That's his baby.
If you want some good grilled meats, just holler at Adam. He'll do it. He's the guy. He's the guy. We should have had him in here for this. He's our barbecue guy for sure.
All right, let's. You guys want
I
to
got one sitting right here.
prep for this beer review and get this beer ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Rumpelmitz was that like I could just drink that, and if I get pulled over, it's like, no, it's just
Oh, yeah.
I
peppermint.
thought we got rid of all this. I didn't know there was cans hanging around. Give Ronan a tug.
Hey, let's get a couple of glasses. Let's get a couple glasses. We'll get everybody a taste of it.
Easy money, man.
Dang, nasty Nate. So you can't see this, but everyone on the couch is smoking drugs right now.
That's not true. It's not true. It's nicotine, all right? It's fine.
Nicotine.
In our beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm drinking nicotine too.
I'm drinking nicotine.
Dude, we should, huh?
Jesus.
Little tobacco beer.
I'll be like, shit.
Everybody's
now I
like,
wanna go back
nobody
to
likes it,
smoking
but they
again.
keep coming back to drink it.
ICEMARE. So this art was inspired by The Shining. So you see the fucking
Oh,
right
nice. What is it called?
ICEMARE. 25% Imperial Mint Ale.
I mean,
Yeah.
what does it take to get it to be 25%? Like, what are you doing?
I don't know. Can we even talk about that?
What does it take?
I guess we can.
Yes.
What does it take for something to become an imperial?
So, imperial just means more flavor, more alcohol.
Okay.
That's like all that imperial means.
Yeah, it's
really.
bigger. Yeah.
We get 25% through what's it's called. It's an ice beer. So we make that 16% base, just like agave cello, and then we freeze it. So all the water is left behind in the ice puck, and then we pull the beer off. So
So freeze distillation.
yep,
It's like a concentrate almost.
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
You guys are just sciencing the shit out of this.
I
whole
could
thing
totally,
right
I
here.
could do this. I'm probably gonna get a job here. So
I've never had a craft ice beer. I think the only ice beer I've ever had is like Bud
Any
Ice
thoughts
or-
on the billionaires that just that did the submarine
How you smell
expedition?
it?
R.I.P.
We talked about it early on one
Spoiler
episode. I was
alert.
like, holy
God
crap,
damn.
dude! Just wow.
Okay, the timeline was I don't
In
know.
the conspiracy.
I'm about to start getting into the conspiracy of it because
I
We'll
go
get
down,
on
I
different
go down some
podcasts
rabbit
that- yeah.
holes.
they straight up were like, oh, they got 3 days worth of air, and then right at the moment they're like, oh, actually it blew up like immediately. We already knew. It's like, we should probably start checking the news as like what else was going on
Right.
at the time.
Why were they just like?
I'm on the same page with you.
It was just a cover. Yeah, it was just a weird cover up. Yeah, let me. Nothing goes to waste. Oh, I love that. Oh, that.
But I'll be honest, like unless it's like Elon Musk or unless it's like. It's probably just Elon Musk. If he's like, hey, I got this submarine. I'm gonna jump down here in this. Yeah, okay, I'm good.
No, he
I'll
could
go
do
with
it.
As soon as somebody busted out the Bluetooth Logitech controller, I'd have been like, I'm out. I'm not going down. I'm good.
Logitech.
well, you seen how they sealed
That's
it?
not even good enough for my cousin when he came over and I was a kid for him to play on. Like, I'm not going down that
Well,
stuff.
you-
Logitech controller.
You've seen our brew houses ran off the same controller, so it works for us. It should work for them, you know.
Right, it's the same.
All right, well,
Dude, I
first of
could
all,
smell them.
yeah, I can
God
tell you
damn,
as
you
soon
gave
as
me
you
a
cracked
lot.
it open.
So tell us exactly what we're working with here,
Anything else
guys.
get a taste over here?
Yeah, I
they've
passed
all
a
got
bunch over.
Yeah, we split it. Yeah, so like I said, so first off, as of now, after we drink this, I think there's only like one can in existence, and that's that's the can you guys get to take home. So
So excited.
this is like the end.
I call it.
No, we're eBaying that thing.
It probably
Dude,
a lot of our beers do go really
like
high
it.
on secondary market,
yeah.
which is
this is
I'm not
very
selling
this is very thin mint, like not thin mint,
Yeah.
junior mint.
yeah.
I was saying the Andes mints.
This is very
you know?
junior mint, like for me.
Well, we gotta chug it, right?
It's hard. It's hard that no one's had a Rumple. You know, like if you haven't had it's Rump. It is. It tastes just like Rumplemints. It's 25%. It's
Smells good.
Spearmint cello. So
Can you do a hybrid, like chocolate?
Don't ask them, can they?
Lobster.
Yes,
Of course
they
they
can.
can.
chocolate, lobster, egg, pie beer.
It's like an Andes.
You
Can
knew
we
about
just
the lobster?
can we throw out just a bunch of Andes mints?
They would have to be Restaurant Depot brand, but yes, we could do that.
Restaurant Depot lobsters.
Let's go. They got them. They got them. They got the little
Well,
octopus.
so,
chunks.
do you recommend we chug this?
Yes,
Is
you
that the
have
proper
to
way
chug
do
it. Don't sip it.
Yeah.
All right,
It's supposed
cheers.
to be a shot. Cheers.
Cheers, Joe.
Man, huge.
Oh my god.
Those following along at home, this is ICEMARE, an ice cold imperial ale with mint, 25% alcohol by volume.
What's that?
That's another ice
Holy
man
moly!
that's
This tastes like a York peppermint patty. This is
You know,
delicious.
York's
the
pepper.
the
I like it.
longer it
Yes.
sat in my mouth, the better it got.
All of you guys get
You
a
know what I mean?
Okay.
This is so good.
All right.
No.
This is surprisingly good.
I can't
Ice,
believe
you
this.
get one? This is like when you leave
Yeah.
El Chico or Casa Ole when you're a kid,
man.
you get the little Andes mints.
Yeah.
I love
Out of the front.
Olive Garden.
I gotta say,
Olive
it's
Garden
way
outside.
better than I
Yes.
expected it to
York's
be.
peppermint
Like,
patty.
You grab
Yeah.
one, you're a kid. You eat
Oh
that.
man!
Do
I
you
feel like
guys? You have plans on doing this again?
Never again.
this has zero bite to it. It's like
I know it's way better than I expected it to
So
be. I was
good.
like,
I feel
oh,
like
here
this
we
is
go.
the best day to do it too, with their Christmas day.
That's it.
yeah. What's the deal? We have Christmas shirts on, and you guys are just whatever. What's happening here? You guys
Just every day is a fucking party here. It's just a regular day.
this shit.
This was the
is a
perfect day to
regular
get
day.
my unlimited breadsticks shirt out. That's what it says.
does say that.
Unlimited
We haven't talked to
breadsticks.
Ice. I
I was looking at that earlier. Like, what
think is
band is
Ice
that?
in charge of
Unlimited breadsticks.
the day-to-day, like driving? I know you're doing the marketing or whatever, but who created the Christmas?
Oh, so Ice does our events.
Okay,
So
events,
yeah, so
yes.
Ice is the events guy. So he's in charge of getting 300 people out here in 104 degrees
There he is. Let's go.
to hang out with their families and have some fun. Yeah.
I like how it says, like, in parentheses, share with friends.
Yeah.
Like, please don't drink this.
Yeah.
all.
I added that so TABC wouldn't yell at us.
Yeah, there you go.
This is
Ice.
really good.
Big shouts
You wanna get
TABC.
on the
Please
mic
don't
a
see
little
this.
bit? Let's go.
Oh, Ice is the fucking hype
Oh, man.
Bring him
this
in.
is crazy.
Ice
him
is
in.
the fucking hype man. Sorry for cussing
Let's
on your
go.
podcast.
No, it's,
What the hell?
you can say whatever you want to.
Damn it.
Shit, pitch.
Hey,
They're
what are we
not-
doing, guys? Hi, I'm Ice. I'm the event coordinator, rentals guy, and
The mayor of Jortworth.
the mayor of Jort Worth. Oh man, takes me back. Takes me back.
Hey, Jorworth. Oh my God.
So when you
And I
guys
also have an
open
ICEMARE.
when you open this big space over here, did you have like the event rentals and all that? You're gonna be the guy in charge of that.
Yeah. When that's done, we're actually gonna. There's like a wall back there, and that's where the barrel program currently is. We're moving that into a different cold room, and then we're gonna renovate that so that it doesn't look like forklifts drive in and out of there every day. And then you can have a wedding or a party or a retirement or whatever. It's gonna be a blast.
Wow.
Yeah.
A wedding at a brewery.
That sounds amazing.
We've
I'm
got
gonna
a
get
wedding
married
coming
again
up,
just
looking
to do
as it
that.
is now. That's gonna be fun.
We had one this year already, right?
Yeah,
Liddy?
yeah.
Really?
Liddy and Fizz, yeah.
Yeah. And then we got another one coming up in October. It's gonna
Nice.
be a blast, man. It's gonna
That's
be cool.
amazing.
Like just cater it out of the food truck over there.
Bro, you got to. deep fried milk and cookies. Where else you gonna get that? Only Martin House Brewing. Thanks,
True.
Yeah, that's also the cool thing about, like, this isn't just a food truck, which is like it looks like a food truck, but they're doing like legit, like the cheese curds. The cheese curds.
God, that sounds good.
No, I saw some people over here in the corner of my eye just chowing down on shit.
demolishing.
Just like,
Yep.
That's real and big shouts.
Production, yeah,
Drooling a little bit. Yeah. Let's get into this beer. Want to give some scores here,
oh my
man?
god, yeah.
let's
What
talk
did
about
it
this.
taste like? I might need to crack open the other one.
Scores
Score it.
on ICEMARE.
No.
So I will say, so
25.
like I was telling him, the longer it like sat in my mouth, the better it got. You know what I mean? Like this, it has a very good linger, which is not usually
still
something
tasting
you
it.
get with beers. You know what I mean? Usually, like the longer it's, you're like, it got better and better.
Nice.
I'm gonna give it a 9.2.
That's a good
9.2.
score.
Damn, that's
Is
way
that the
up
highest
score.
peppermint beer we've ever rated?
That's very high. That's a very
That's
high
a good
score.
one.
Yeah, and I gotta admit, like, because when we told me, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be one of those things. It's just like you taste it, you're like, ugh, but it's just like a stunt kind of thing. It was not that. I was very, very happy with it.
So to I guess to describe our scale a little bit.
Oh, 8, yeah.
Yeah,
Eight's
8
great.
means it's really great. 7 is like, this is a very good beer. 9 means like, holy shit, I'm going to buy this every time I see it.
Yeah.
So that's good. 5 is like middle of the road. This is fine. If it's in your ice chest, I'll drink it type of deal.
Yeah,
just
James
so you know.
drinks Coors Light every day, and he gives Coors Light a 5.0. So it's like that's
Right.
yeah. So that doesn't mean it's
It's
bad.
the right
you know,
price
it's just-
point.
Right. That's exactly it. Yeah.
All right, John.
This is delicious. This tastes like I'm eating the York peppermint patty, and I eat that shit all the time. So I'm right there with you. I'm probably gonna go 9.4. This is this is really good.
We broke the 8? Oh, my.
I would.
Sorry, everybody who's not
Oh
able to
my
drink
God.
this.
Yeah, sorry, folks. You'll never find it, but it's really
That's
good.
good we've never had. You're never gonna get
Well,
Yeah.
we can't do better if we just
true.
keep doing the same thing over and over again.
That's
right?
true.
So like the next mayor is going to be scarier and tastier, and so we have to keep going. We have to keep pushing.
Yeah, this is delicious.
Did you tell them how much we charge for that?
No.
I thought so.
It was
25
free
bucks.
for me. So.
Yeah, it's at a good. It's at a really good.
25 bucks.
$25. Yeah.
Holy
For
moly!
1 pint.
Yeah, we decided to do like $1 per ABV for this,
Yeah.
like these kind of beers.
Holy hooters!
So,
Doozy.
Hopefully, we're shooting for 30. I mean, if we can get up to 30, I think that's like our.
Now I'm guessing
that'd be
was
cool.
this a tap room only kind of beer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I
One-
can imagine this
Yeah.
is on a shelf.
You didn't see
Yeah.
this at HEB?
Yeah, I was about to say I didn't see this one anywhere.
You had to know the secret handshake to get that one.
Right. Yeah, it involves getting on your knees.
Alex.
Alex, you want to give us a score here?
Well, that's the reason I gave Matt a bad look because he stole my score at 9-2.
9-2.
9-2?
Oh, shit.
It's good.
This is a
like
high rating beer.
I would $25 for a can of that. I would pay it.
I'd buy a 4-pack,
Let's
man.
go.
Just hang on to
Let's
them.
go.
I would for sure. That
And
was
also,
good.
Jan.
Like
not
I've never
being
had a
here
beer
today.
like that, and that's tasty.
Well, you saw the reaction when we pulled it out. Like even like the staff was like, "Oh my god, I thought it was gone forever." Like, what?
I haven't seen that in forever.
They
It's
drank
so
the
good.
last one in existence out of our fridge last week.
You're the man for saving
So,
some. You're the man.
James
That's
behind the
good.
camera, so
I
we
know
got to
where
get his
one.
score.
I know where there's one more.
What are you giving
Yeah.
it, James? I'll tell everybody.
Come give
what
us
your
the score. Yeah.
Oh,
He's going 8-6.
he's thinking.
He's going 8-6. He's going 8-2.
He's
going 8-2.
notorious for
6-9
giving
for
point
posterity.
Ohs.
He's going 3.
He's going to point oh something. See, yeah, so he always gets point oh. So yeah,
We counting beers too.
9.0 was the score.
Let's go.
All right, rookie.
But now you guys have to score it too.
Right. Let's go.
Oh, it's one of the best beers I've ever had.
Not just because it has your name on it.
Right. Fond of it. No, I mean it's good. It tastes good. It's 25%. You could have 2 good nights off of that one can. So no, I'm in the nines with you guys. Let's go 9-1. I don't want anybody to think I'm just stealing some numbers here.
Okay.
That's a 9-1.
Yes.
Very
Shug?
good. It's a solid 8-8 for me.
8.8. Okay.
8-8. I think we could improve the ABV on it. You want to get it up in the 9s. So we're almost there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
8-8. That's the score.
I like the point. I like the point
So
oh.
strict.
I like the point oh. So I'll go 9.0. I think it's not the best beer I've ever had, but it's
Is it the best mint beer you've ever had?
well.
Oh yeah, 10.
Well, you guys have had Last Girl Scout
Just a mint
before,
beer
right? Or was Last Girl Scout?
Did we
Cookie
had that last time we
Monster?
were
feel like
here?
we did.
I feel like when we were here, we had that one.
We might have.
Yeah.
That one's you could drink a couple of those.
Yeah. I feel like I could drink some of these.
I could attempt to drink a couple of those.
I think that sip I had was a full beer. You know, like
We do have a.
I mean,
I got a
guys
shout out.
next
I got a shout out. Shotgun Surgery. Shotgun Surgery. He shotgunned.
Good
one of
shout
those.
out.
Oh my god.
Good
Shotgunned
shout
the
out.
whole can. Yeah.
I think
I don't know who
do
that
it.
is, but it sounds amazing.
well, he's dead. So
All right, that night.
Barely finished it.
Yeah.
Ah, so good.
No, it was really good.
Really smooth.
Nah, he's just a fan. That's his Instagram handle. So anytime we do something like that or the mustard beer, he comes, gets one, goes home, shotguns it, and then usually goes and throws up and then gets back on Instagram Live to say, all right, guys, it didn't go so well.
All right,
You can't kill him. You can't kill this man.
He does a boot. He has a boot, and for Glizzy Fest, it was mustard.
He did mustard, he did mayonnaise, and then he did one we didn't make, some chili beer he got somewhere else.
Oh yeah, the
Oh, is
chili
that the
beer
one
we're
we
talking-
had?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we did the
That
chili beer.
was.
Yeah.
Did you guys get to try that?
And
Yep.
What did you guys think of the chili beer?
Hormel chili.
I mean,
It tastes like when you open a can of Hormel chili, like the liquid's on the top. It tastes like if you drank that.
yeah. See, that's a no disrespect.
But in a good way.
Yeah.
It tasted like it was supposed to.
Well,
Yeah.
no disrespect to them. No disrespect to them. But if we did it, it would be a spoonful of the
It
chili.
would be a thick chili.
This
It
was
would be
like-
a thick chili, boy.
yeah, a mouthful.
They did a great job at making a Martin House beer, and we commend them. It was great. We bought it. We did. I mean, Cody bought like a case, so we did. You know, but
I'm not gonna lie, I love that beer, but one of the first things I said was Martin House could do this better.
Let's go.
Yeah, they could do a little bit better
Let's
than
go.
I was not a fan of it.
We're gonna start some kind of beer war now.
I gave it a 1 because it was cold.
oh yeah,
I was not a fan. It was like instant heartburn. I was like,
Yeah, I think Jan and I were the only ones that rated it.
Alex and I
decently.
couldn't do more than one sip. I feel like I was like gonna.
no, I
throw up
took
if
2.
had
I
more.
took 1. I was like, I got to take at least one more.
Yeah. But I'm glad I tried it. I'll tell you that
Gotta be
much.
sure.
I'm glad
Yeah,
I
I was
tried
like,
it.
make certain.
it was it wasn't for me. I mean, some people may like it. It just was not for me.
He bought a case. Cody bought a case, and it was like everybody tried we cracked one open and put it in a cup, and everybody tried a little bit. And then every time he walked into his office, he'd be like, "You want a full can? You want a whole can? You want a whole can?" No, I do not want a whole can.
It's funny, Jan's not here, but he tried it. He's like, "That is horrible," and then just kept drinking it, and then drinking it, and then like he finished off like, "I thought you said it was terrible." He's like, "Yeah, I kind of like it."
And then he drank the rest of mine. I was like, what the hell, bro?
It's got alcohol in it, man. I mean, can't be that bad.
Not right.
Y'all,
It's not right.
y'all save me
bad.
from myself. Don't.
Right.
Why y'all letting me do this?
All right.
Yeah,
I think we are going to get a sound point.
Yeah. Guys, we appreciate you guys having us out again. This has been super fun. I hope
Hell
we do
yeah.
this again. Make this a yearly thing because it's fun to come drink with you guys and talk shit. So if folks want to find Martin House on the social medias or wherever else, where do they do that?
Martin House Brewing. That's it. Holler at us, tag us in everything.
TikTok is just
And-
Martin House Brewing.
Yes.
Okay.
Michael Bills. Oh my gosh. It's
you
about
wanna
to
have
get
a
weird in
party.
here. But yeah. No. This
Martin
is
House
fire.
Brewing.
Thank you all for coming and hanging out with us, drinking our weird beers.
Before
great.
we leave, though, I do have
What?
to it hasn't been said yet.
What?
You guys have a legend. This is legendary. This is Shug is Martin House. Like, head to toe,
Oh,
everything.
100%.
Like, yeah, he comes to, like, he doesn't know a lot about brewing beer, but he knows
I don't know
what
anything
makes a
about
good beer. And that's the teamwork. We got a great team. He comes up with the crazy shit. He comes to us. We make it happen. Another legend, the mayor himself. Like, yeah, this is like,
My butt was on
You
the glass
know.
and a koozie. No big deal.
I mean, I'm not trying to overhype them, but for real, like,
I love it.
crazy group right there. That's
Thank you.
crazy.
I
I
love
wish
it.
this
Gets
was my
hyper-charged.
podcast. I'm gonna make a podcast just so I can get them on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need that in my life.
Let's do that.
You're going to get a really good yearly performance review this time. Yeah, good job.
Blonde angel.
The blonde angel.
Let's go.
That could be a beer.
All right.
Give us a couple months. Give us a
All right,
couple
ping pong. You want to play some ping
Yes,
pong?
let's wrap this thing up. Thanks again, guys. And that's it from Martin House. Peace.
There you go.
We've been
Let's
great.
go.
Smoke on.
Dang it, Bobby. Just grab the brisket. We'd like to give a special thanks to Sucklebusters barbecue rubs and sauces, Bolner's Fiesta spices, CoolieNation custom koozies, Cambro Manufacturing, YETI Coolers, the Smoke Sheep Barbecue newsletter, and Dalstrong knives. We definitely appreciate your support.